Yes, we had a very good, productive session with real concrete outcomes, and it was a real strengthening of the relationship, and that's in the national interest because, of course, there are huge opportunities here in China. It's the second biggest economy in the world, and that's why we've got such a big business delegation. A lot of the discussion was about how we open up access for those opportunities, focusing, as I always do, on how is this going to be delivered back in the United Kingdom, how does it benefit people back at home. And we made some really good progress on tariffs for whisky, on visa-free travel to China, and on information exchange and cooperation on irregular migration, focusing particularly on small boats and engine parts. So a very good constructive meeting with real outcomes, and that's very much in our national interest.
UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has announced British citizens will be able to travel to China for up to a month without a visa. The deal was announced after a meeting between the UK leader and China's Xi Jinping. Beijing has also agreed to halve tariffs on British whisky, or UK whisky, a move the government says could save the country hundreds of millions of dollars.
This handshake's been a long time coming. Keir Starmer, the first British Prime Minister to come to China in 8 years.
To my mind, that's been far too long.
Here to warm up a relationship put on ice by successive Conservative Prime Ministers.
China is a vital player on the global stage, and it's vital that we build a more sophisticated relationship.
Labour's change in approach acknowledged by China's President Xi.
In the past, Labour governments made important contributions to the growth of China-UK relations. China-UK relations went through some twists and turns. It did not serve the interests of our two countries. China stands ready to develop with the UK a long-term and consistent, comprehensive strategic partnership.
A partnership tarnished by spying scandals and concerns over human rights. Starmer hopes re-engaging with Beijing can help Britain's economy. The Prime Minister citing progress on whisky tariffs, intelligence sharing on illegal migration, and a concrete win. British citizens will be able to travel to China without needing a visa. Benefits the Prime Minister's keen to sell back home. It's a historic meeting, and it could genuinely prove to be a historic moment if it really does usher in a new and deeper relationship between the UK and China after what's been a difficult few years. The Prime Minister came here looking for a strategic reset with the world's second biggest economy, and President Xi, for his part, has offered the hand of friendship in what was described by the Prime Minister as a warm and constructive meeting. China, a superpower the UK can ill afford to ignore. After a rough few weeks, Keir Starmer will chalk this particular reset up as a win, even if he faces resistance back home. Beth Rigby, Sky News, Beijing.
And now Keir Starmer is in China. He's in Beijing and he's there with his team. They will have burner phones and burner laptops. This is in an effort to stop being spied on during their trip. And this trip follows the approval of a new Chinese embassy in London. And Keir Starmer is under pressure from back home to raise several difficult subjects with Xi Jinping, including China's espionage activity. What are your thoughts around this trip and burner phones?
Oh, well, it just goes to show that the folly in so many of these Western governments, including Keir Starmer, chasing the golden goose of China, the big China dollars. And the big picture for Australia is, there is a Commonwealth of Nations. There are a community of nations in the world which account for almost $10 trillion in combined GDP, which have historical ties with the United Kingdom, which have deep friendship and cultural ties with the United Kingdom, which he could be pursuing trade with. And what he'll find is that it's much easier to engage in trade with a friend than it is to engage in trade with countries that they themselves acknowledge are high risk, to the point that they're not using their own devices. They're using burner phones. It's absurd.